This episode of the Brilliance plus Passion podcast is brought to you by Groundhog Day is an event, not a business strategy. Are you ready to finally solve those pesky issues that keep holding back your business success and never seem to go away? Embrace the power of the S.P.R.I.N.G formula that unearths the issues and opportunities burrowed beneath the surface, and grow your business so you thrive from your intersection of your brilliance and your passion. Claim your copy today at www.thegroundhogbook.com. Welcome to the Brilliance plus Passion podcast. Join us as we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who reveal what they are doing to make the world a better place by being part of it. Be sure to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now sit back, lean in, tune in, get your notepad and 2 pens ready, and let's get started.
My name is Adam Homey. I am your host, and I am honored by your wise decision to tune in and invest in yourself today. Right now, we are speaking with Tracy St. Croi, who is the Afterlife connection specialist and intuitive. So she has a little bit of a story, and this is almost a narrative, so I'm going to read this off. Here we go. Drum roll. Tracy St. Croi launched her first best-selling book called 7 Tips and Tricks to Enhance Your Intuition, a practical guide to knowing, loving, and trusting your intuition in spring 2020 to 5- and 4-star reviews on Amazon. Tracy's experience in the metaphysical world has placed her as the go-to intuitive for Inc. 500 companies, entertainment industry, and blossoming entrepreneurs. She has shared stages with Angel Tucci, Zandra Evans, and Tina Torres, 2 of whom I know personally, on the Connect Summit Virtual, educating entrepreneurs on the value of intuition and business success. Tracy St. Croi launched Ignite Your Magic, a virtual event to educate the public with intuitive development and personal growth. She is featured as the June 2020 cover girl, somewhere I just lost my place, for Lemonade Legends magazine. St. Croi also received a major award from the Angel and Tina Morning Show, the queen of trusting her gut. She is an afterlife connection specialist and intuitive. She provides life-changing experiences by connecting deceased loved ones to friends. This is the part where I save it for question number 2. But we do know that she received her training from the world-renowned Arthur Findlay College of Psychic Sciences in the United Kingdom and its sister school, The Journey Within in New Jersey. Tracy is also a mentor in Colette Baron Reed's esteemed Oracle School to students who are just beginning to explore their intuitive gifts. Her life's been anything but traditional, which she has learned how to blend her intuitive gifts with practical business and bring peace to those who have lost loved ones. Tracy wants to dare you to question her intuition, connecting with spirit and how it is present in your life. She states, your intuition is like a hidden app we all have. You just need to know how to work your personal settings to tune in. All right, so speaking of tune in, Tracy St. Croi, welcome aboard.
Hi, Adam. Thanks for having me back on the show, and hello to everybody out there.
Okay, now some of our listeners maybe have listened to that and think, all right, we already know about everything about Tracy. No, you don't. There's so much more. So what I want to do, and you notice that I kind of paused halfway through your novel of an intro, is there are certain things that I wanted to include in the interrogatory. The first is how does the work you do make the world a better place for clients, customers, and society at large?
In my opinion, and from what I've heard from clients that I work with, the work that I do, it gives clients a sense of a relief of a burden, a sense of clarity about how to move forward to their desired success. And that doesn't always have to be financial. That can just be peace of mind. And that's just priceless. And so if I can just help one person have a better day, have, that purpose about themselves, that knowing that they have a purpose here, I've fulfilled my purpose.
All right. So what do you do? Explain that in such a way where our listeners can tune into it.
Okay. So Honestly, I connect with people's deceased loved ones, in a nutshell, to help give them peace and closure. I also do the intuitive work. So, we're going to be talking about the finances and the romances, the honey and the money, because we all know that they are in the same boat together all the time. How I actually connect with people's deceased loved ones, it's easy. I stop thinking and I start linking with spirit. It's it's a way of, I set all of my big bag of stuff and I set it aside and I allow spirit to come in to use my emotions, use my give me symbols, use my memories, talk to me so that I can help convey a message to them. And as far as intuitive work, I also use my 5 non-physical senses as well. So I sense, I know, I feel, I taste, I smell information.
It's interesting you mentioned honey and money. Oh, I'm echoing kind of bad there. Whoa, you might turn me down a little bit. Yes. I think that's the metaphysical spirit coming through your computer. But anyway, and this is what part of the joys of podcasting is sometimes this stuff comes up and you deal with it in real time. Now I could send this to an editor and go through 5 hours of cleaning this up, but to hell with it. It's part of what we do, and I want you all to gain the confidence of knowing that you can create great content even when it's not perfect. In fact, it's the imperfections that make it perfect, in my personal opinion. All right, so funny you mentioned honey and money because I'm not going to say any names because they try and keep these lives separate, but there are certain folks, one of whom is a really good friend of mine, who started as dating coaches, seduction coaches, whatever you call them, and then went into lines of businesses that dealt with entrepreneurship, wealth creation, and things along those lines. And from studying their curriculum side by side, you discover how, in many cases, it's the exact same concept, sometimes even with the same names.
Yes, I totally agree because, your relationship to people, whether it's your lover or your mother, is going to be the same style of relationship that you have with money. So that's why
Yeah.
your honey and your money are always going to be mixed together. And it's going to be more about your value. That doesn't mean dollar value, that's internal value. It's reflective.
Yeah. So, in your experience, oh, here we go again. In your experience, what are 3 of the most commonly, frequently asked questions that you get from folks who are considering working with you or trying to learn more about what you do?
Trying to learn, top 3, like overall, is he, she cheating on me? Are they the one? I know they're the one, Tracy. I know it. Can we look into that? And then also a lot about I can't move past this grief, this pain, this loss, this betrayal. I need help.
What are 3 of the questions you wish people would ask?
I wish people would ask more about how they can improve themselves, or what do they need to look at about themselves to help them propel forward, versus how do I get that person to act the way that I need them to behave.
Yeah.
I wish that people would ask me more about how do I get in touch with a higher power or a God of my understanding, because I feel that there's this hole in my life and I don't know what it is. And then I wish people would ask me too more about my training, because it's not something oftentimes that people think about. People think about like, oh, well, she's just psychic. She was born that way, so she must know everything. She didn't need any training because she's psychic. She must know everything. Wrong. You can be born good at math, but you still got to go to school to learn how to do all the formulas. Same way with us.
Fantastic. Here's what I can do. Watch this. I can solve this problem. Here we go. Okay, so basically, what we want to do now is we want to shift gears and learn a bit more about you as an individual and let people see that some of the uniqueness and brilliance and passion that comes from you. So the first question I have is, what is a fun fact that people who know you would be surprised to learn about you?
I really love to bake. I don't talk about it very often, but I absolutely love to try new baking dishes just to see if I can do it. And then that way, if they explode or they taste like hoo-ha, I don't have to say anything. Most people don't know that about me.
Wow. Okay, so what do you hope people say about you when you're not around to hear it?
You got to call that girl. She knows what she's talking about, and she can help guide you to a path that you have no idea is available to you.
So here's one that I think you're going to have a very interesting take on. If you could go back in time and change one thing you've done or one thing you've experienced, what would it be and why?
Honestly, I have thought about this question before. And I don't want to change anything. And the reason being is because I learned something from that experience, whether it was super shitty or out of this world joyful. And I don't want to change a thing because those experiences help me have empathy and sympathy towards others who have experienced the same in their life, and it helps me help them.
And here's another one that you are probably going to have one of the most unique answers to of anybody who's ever appeared on this show. What famous person, alive or dead, would you like to meet, and what questions would you have for them?
Oh my God. Can I have a multiple choice answer on this? Because there's multiple people. Okay, I would love to meet Jimmy Buffett because secretly I am a huge parrot head. Like, I don't even care. I would love to just jam out with that man for a minute. And as far as somebody else, a little bit more on the other side of things, I would love to sit down with Queen Victoria. And I would love it to be like I was a hologram and I was kind of telling her about all the technical advances and like advances in, feminism and our rights and things like that. And like, yeah, just to see the look on her face.
I kind of wonder if she would be amused by that or not. We are not amused. Anyway, what motivates and inspires you to keep going when you're having a tough time or facing a challenge?
I keep going forward because I know this too shall pass. Honestly, I know this too shall pass. There is a blessing in this. I might not see it or be aware of it currently, but I know that I have lived through near-death experiences and a whole bunch of other shit, and whatever I'm going through, sure as hell ain't gonna take me out. So, move forward.
I love it. So finally, I know you have a little thing you want our listeners to go to, a link you want them to click on, and we'll get to that in a minute. I'll share that with them. But in general, right now, what is one action that you would want our listeners to take as soon as they finish listening to this today?
You can find me on my social media outlets you said besides going to my 360 site, right? I want you to start questioning your intuition. That's what I want everybody to start doing because everybody was born with it. We were not dropped on our head without some kind of talisman. I promise you, start to question your intuition. It is there.
That's something. So first of all, thank you so much for joining us today. And before you go, I know you wanted me to share something, and you kind of teased it there a little bit. So here it is. If you're watching the video version on our website, brilliancepluspassion.com, or seeing it through one of our social media outlets, the link to visit is www.tracysaintcroi360.com. For those of you who are listening while jogging, it's TRACYSTCROI 360.com. And here you will get to know more about intuitive intelligence that we all have and connect with Tracy, who is the expert to assist you and utilize yours and create the deserved, desired, inspired, and successful life that you deserve. Okay, so I butchered that one a little bit, but I'm allowed. And with that, Tracy St. Croix, thank you again. It's been an honor, and believe me, an education.
Thank you for tuning into the Brilliance plus Passion podcast, where we celebrate entrepreneurs, business creators, and brilliant minds who are making a difference for their community, market, and audience. Remember to visit our website at www.brilliancepluspassion.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Brilliance plus Passion podcast.